Hi everybody, I'm Robert Linkul and this is a Career Development Corner with Elite Sports University. Today we're going to talk about selecting and budgeting for some continued education units or credits depending on the certification that you have. One thing that we want to think about here is depending on the certification you have either a 2 or 3 year recertification cycle that you're going to be going through. Inside that 2 or 3 years, you're going to have a certain number of continued education units that you're going to need to budget for. Some of these can be $10 webinars, something along this lines, or something else that Elite Sports University offers, or you can go all the way up to a national level event where you're flying across the country, hotel, all your flight fees, your food, your registration, goodies and gifts, equipment, things you want to purchase when you're there, just a $500 to $1,000 investment that you're going to make to be able to go to one of these great events. I strongly encourage you to do that. However, you don't want to go putting all that on your credit card or just taking a big chunk out of your savings to do that when you can think ahead a little bit and budget for it. So a couple of things we want to think about first. The 12 areas, one kind of little key we have here, are the 12 areas of interest or the 12 areas of knowledge that a personal trainer or strength coach might have. And these are the different areas that we talk about, all the special populations from disease, development with youth, special populations, and older adults, pregnancies and such. All the injuries, lower back, hip, elbow, shoulder, knee, and as well as some of the goals that people are training for, either strength gain or hypertrophy, either fat loss or weight management, speed and power production, or they're an endurance athlete. Okay, so looking at all those areas, we want to, number one, be a well-rounded professional that is pretty well educated on all 12 of those. So if you can take a realistic look at this, an honest look at this, and say, where am I great at, and kind of rank those areas, and then where am I lacking, and rank those areas. So when you go to look at your continued education opportunities, it's always great to take the things that you're really good at and make them better, because that's what you're known for, that's what you're really into. But on the other end of this, we don't want to have an area that you're so undereducated on that if somebody asks your opinion or they ask you a question about it, you have no answer or even no way to think about it or comprehend it. So we want to make your great strengths greater, and we want to make your weaknesses a little bit better, or hopefully make them a strength as well. So looking at your options that you have, try to pick one event or one webinar or something that makes both of those, okay? Maybe a double investment, one webinar, one conference or whatnot, that's going to try to increase both of those, right? So honest look at those, see how you do, and some of the other options that you have in which you can invest into these. Some self-studies, these are great, they don't cost a ton of money. Self-studies, you can do a journal review or an article review. If you're a member of the NSCA, every strength and conditioning journal comes out, has a quiz in it that you can take. So you can look into those webinars like this one, and the full extended version of an hour or 2 hours, some of them up to 4 hours that you can get into there. Online education courses like Human Kinetics offers opportunities for you to get on and do an interactive where you're maybe getting a certificate at the end of it, or shadowing sessions with other professionals within the field. Some other self-study options that take maybe multiple days to do, full book reviews, webinar series where you're doing multiple months, online courses or internships. And then some of the other day events or multi-day events, you have local conferences and clinics, symposiums and such, all the way up to a national event where you're there for 3-4 days and you're really investing in yourself, maybe into some pre-conferences you're doing ahead of time, or another certification that you might be doing there. So you can see where these might add up, and you might have a lot of opportunities, things you want to go and do, but we're lacking the funds to do it. So a couple techniques that you can look into doing this. Taking one client you have every week, say my Friday morning 8 o'clock client, and that $50 every week goes into a physical $50 bill, goes into an envelope or a piggy bank or whatever you're going to put it into, and that's no touch money. Like, you just, no matter what, you got to leave that as it is. Okay, you don't want to have, oh, a window broke or I popped a tire and now you're having to pull money from that. This is just for education. Okay, or you can look at, if you're paid monthly or every other week or quarterly, however that goes, taking 1% of your big chunk and putting that away each time. When you take these little tiny bits out, it's not a huge amount of money that you're missing out of your regular week or your regular income that you need. However, you are being able to take a little chunk of money every time. And if we can do that over a quarter, over multiple quarters, or over the full year, you might have a big chunk of money there that you want to put into. Some other ideas you can put into this too, just simply buying a book every quarter, buying one attendance to a conference or an event every quarter. I mean, something. You want to just keep investing and giving back to your profession as improving yourself. Okay. A couple things you can look at here, just basic examples. We talked about that $1 a week. Okay, one session a week. You start adding that up. You could have $4,000 a year potentially if you're looking at that. Other options we have, taking $1 per session. for a full day. So all my training sessions, I had 5 sessions today. I'm going to take $1 from each of those. It's $5 today. Throughout that week, it's $25 out of the week. It's $100 a month. You can see how that adds up. You have a lot of different options, but take little tiny baby steps, and all those add up to a really big chunk of money that you can invest into yourself and into going to a great event. These events accompany more than just education. They give you networking opportunities, business opportunities, working with other professionals, maybe a business partner you're going to work with in the future someday. It's more than just earning the number of accredited CEUs that you need to keep your certification. It's investing in yourself and in your profession. So I really strongly encourage you to do that. Take the time to save those funds. Make sure you go to something that's worth it, that you're investing in webinars that you truly are learning something from, right? No bad investments. Always invest into a good product for your future and for your clients that you're going to be working with. I'm Robert Linkul. Here's my contact information and social media contact there as well. If you'd like to follow me on there, I'm more than happy to answer questions, whatever you'd like. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.